Hello third grade, it's Mrs. Shupard here, and we're going to be working on our final copy of our Picasso drawing today. So last week what you did was you should have seen this game piece or this game board on Schoology, and you should have played this game a couple of times just to try to get used to drawing these shapes for the faces, the shapes of the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. So what you're going to do today is you're going to get a blank piece of paper, and if you don't have any plain white paper, you can just use lined paper or colored paper or whatever you have available. And instead of rolling the dice and playing the game, you actually get to pick which shapes you want to use for your Picasso. So this is what we're working towards today, but we're not actually going to be finishing this project today. We're just going to be starting it. So you won't have to worry about the lips or the nose or the eyes today, because we're going to be working on the coloring part in the background. And then next week, I will show you how to finish this project. So what you're gonna do is pull up your game board from last week. That's on Schoology. And last week in the Schoology folder for art class, you should be able to find this game board. And I want you to look at this first column where it has the different shapes of the faces. And you can choose which one you want to draw today. So on my blank piece of paper, I'm gonna get a pencil. I'm gonna make sure that I'm holding my paper vertically. That means up and down. So don't hold it side to side. Make sure your paper is going vertically, which means up and down like this. And I think I'm going to choose this shape. Looks like somebody got hungry and ate a piece of his head off. So that's the one that I'm gonna choose. So I'm gonna draw that on my paper, right like that. And after I draw that, I wanna add some details to it. So I wanna add a neck. So you're gonna do two lines that come from the chin. Here's the chin. You're gonna draw these two lines that come out from the bottom and all the way down to the bottom of the paper for the neck. And then I'm gonna add some ears. Actually, I think I might only add one ear because it looks like this one got bit off. So I'll draw one ear, and then I wanna give my person some hair. So let's say I want to make it some spiky hair, right like that. And now I have all of the details that I need, and I can start coloring. Now, if you remember from last week in the Google slide presentation, the paintings that Pablo Picasso painted, one of the paintings of the face was just normal colors for the face, and the other one had different colors. So if you notice in my example, these are not real colors that a person would have for their face. People usually don't have purple hair. People don't usually have a pink neck or green or orange or blue on their face. So if you want your painting or your drawing and your coloring to be a little bit more like Picasso, you can use some crazy colors, and you can kind of separate the head into different areas. Actually, I might use a pencil for that. I'm just gonna draw a few lines on my paper, and then I'm gonna start coloring in each section with a different color. So I want this first section to be green. And then let's say I want my next section to be purple. And the last section of the face is gonna be blue. Now, once I have the face colored, I'm not done yet. So I want to color the ear, and then I need to color the hair. And the neck. Okay, once I have all of those areas colored in, and you can use crayons or colored pencils or markers or whatever kind of coloring that you have. Once I have all of that colored in, I'm gonna be done for today. Notice that I did not draw the eyes, the nose, or the mouth. That's because next week we're gonna be cutting those out of little pieces of paper and gluing them on top. So that's why you have to have everything colored in on here before you do the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, because we're gonna glue it right on top so that it looks like this. So this is what the coloring looks like if you're using crayons, and this is what the coloring looks like if you're using markers, and you can also use colored pencils or whatever you have. So once you have this part finished, set that to the side. Don't lose it because you're gonna need it for next week when we finish this project.